North's the dealer, everyone vulnerable. North has got 9 points in total, 9 points in a balanced hand. Nice and easy bid here, nothing to say, no preemptive bid, not enough points to open. Start with a pass. Let's have a look at East's hand. East has got a crazy hand. They have got 7 points in total, and that's not particularly crazy. What is crazy is a massive two-suiter. 7-5-1-0 is a crazily distributed shape. These hands tend to provide a lot of tricks when one of your suits is trumped, naturally, because your shape really pulls you through. So even though this is a 7-pointed hand, this is actually really, really good with regards to shape. The problem comes with the fact that we have got a choice of how to open this hand. We could open one club, which would be, well, a bit of a lie really, because you're saying you've got an opening hand, which we don't. But you could go one club, one heart, 2 clubs, 2 hearts, 3. It would take you ages to bid these over and over and over again. The other alternative is to open a preemptive bid. We could open 3 clubs with 7 clubs and a weak hand. The problem with opening a preemptive bid with a 2-suited hand is that you are essentially suppressing the entirety of your second suit. If those 3 were spades, this would be a perfect 3-club opener because it is a single-suited hand. But because we have a 2-suited hand, this hand doesn't necessarily want clubs as trumps. You might want hearts as trumps. So opening a preemptive bid typically only applies to a 1-suited hand, a single-suited hand. So what I would actually do, which is probably unusual you would say, is I would pass at the outset and then look to bid later to try and describe our 2-suited natured hand. You could start with a club, but I think it's too much of a fib to say that you have an opening hand. I also don't like 3 clubs because it suppresses the heart suit. So I would pass now and look to come into the bidding later with a 2-suited bid of some description. So pass for now. So South has got 12, 14, 15 points in total. 5, 4, 3, 1, so we've got an unbalanced hand. We're looking to open our longest suit here and then rebid our second suit, as you would do with an unbalanced hand. Just worth noting that our 2 points in clubs, our singleton queen of clubs, isn't really a full shilling, if you like. It's not quite worth 2 points because it's a singleton queen. It's unlikely to make a trick. So really this hand is more like a 13-point hand if you discard this 2-point queen here. Basically it's not a good opener, it's just a basic opener. I would still open the bidding, of course. I would open 1 spade and I'd be looking to rebid 2 diamonds to try and show our 5-4 shape. So 1 spade to begin with. Let's have a look at West. Right, West has got 8, 9 points in total. Unfortunately for West, the suit they were about to bid, spades, has just been opened by South. So you can never bid the opponent's suit naturally. When they bid 1 of a suit, you can't bid 2 of that suit and mean it as a natural bid. That's because you don't ever want to play it as a natural bid. We don't want to play in spades now that South has spades. So our overcalling hand has just vanished. We were about to overcall 1 spade over, let's say, 1 club, and now we can't overcall spades because they've bid spades. And when you sense a misfitting hand, you should not bid. So we're certainly not bidding no trumps or bidding diamonds or anything like that. We don't want to bid spades, therefore we don't want to bid. So pass. A couple of options for North responding to 1 spade. We've got 9 points, so we're right on the cusp between responding 2 of a suit, which typically you would like 10 points for, or bidding 1 no trump, which would be 6 to 9 points. Some players would argue you should raise your partner's suit when you only have 3 cards in their suit, because it's more likely you have a fit there than bidding 1 no trump. So I'm open to that idea. So you could bid 2 spades with this hand, showing a spade raise and 6 to 9 points. To be honest, all 3 of those bids, 1 no trump, 2 of a suit, either diamonds or clubs, or 2 spades, are all reasonable bids. The bid I would opt for is 1 no trump. That's because it is 6 to 9 points. We do have a balanced hand, although you don't need a balanced hand. I think it describes the strength of our hand rather well. It's quite likely our partner, after 1 no trump, they'll rebid something, let's say 2 diamonds or 2 hearts or something, and we'll then revert to spades to show our spade fit. Typically with a balanced hand you want 10 points to be bidding a new suit at the 2 level, so I wouldn't be bidding 2 clubs or 2 diamonds on this hand because it's not quite strong enough, although it is close. For me, raising 3 cards, raising on only 3 card support, you would like a singleton. So if that were your hand, let's say it was ace of clubs there, then I would prefer 2 spades to 1 no trump, simply because you then have a side suit singleton. But this looks like a one-no trump bid, 6 to 9, it's balanced. We don't have a natural fit yet for partner suit, so don't see any reason to go away from the classic textbook bid here. So one-no trump is what I would respond. So back to this two-suited hand, very well distributed two-suited hand. To be honest, these hands are very difficult to bid, simply because they take a lot of bidding if you are only bidding naturally. So if you haven't got a convention to show these kind of hands, really what we would have to do is bid clubs, bid hearts, bid clubs, bid hearts, bid clubs, bid clubs, which would obviously take us to something like 9 clubs or something crazy up there. So you really need a convention when you get these extremely distributional two-suited hands. So the convention I'm going to use here is known as Michael's Q bid. A Q bid is whenever you bid the opponent's suit. So I'm about to bid the opponent's suit, which will be spades. And what Michael's Q bid says is, as an overcaller, if you bid the opponent's suit, you're showing 5-5 in the other major and A minor, or both majors, depending on whether you're playing a major suit or a minor suit. So I would bid 2 spades here, which if me and my partner had agreed at Michael's Q bid, a 2-spade bid here would say I have at least 5-5 in hearts and A minor. Now obviously that's a weird convention to play, but the reason you would play that is A, you would never want to bid 2 spades as natural here, and B, it helps you deal with these horrible to bid 5-5 plus shaped hands. So I will bid 2 spades and try to show my distributional shape to my partner. Right, presumably East-West have just alerted, well, West has just alerted their partner's bid, so if you didn't know what 2 spades was, you're entitled to ask. West should describe it as Michael's Q bid, which is what we were just talking about. So you expect them to have 5 hearts and 5 of a minor with this East hand, at least 5-5 I should say. So it's looking like they've got hearts and clubs. Just based on our shape, it's quite likely they've got hearts and clubs because there are a lot more clubs out there than there are hearts. So it looks to me as though the opponents are about to find a fit. That 2-spade bid is irritating. We would have liked to have gone 2 diamonds, then we would have shown 5-4 at the 2 level, let our partner choose. But now we have to go 3 diamonds or pass. That's really all we can do. There is one other option which I'll talk about in a minute. 3 diamonds looks to me to be too much of a bid. Our hand, we are vulnerable. Our partner's promised 6 to 9, at best 9. We've got 15, but really it's more like 13 because of this Queen of Clubs singleton. So I'm not really liking this hand at all. So I don't really think 3 diamonds is the correct bid because it's just too high. So our other option is pass, and the secret option C is to double. Now when you double an artificial bid, this is artificial because spades on the table does not mean spades. Double of an artificial bid says, I would have made that bid, i.e. I would have bid spades. Now obviously we have bid spades already, so double would say, I was about to bid 2 spades. That's not strictly true. We would not have bid 2 spades on this hand, we would have bid 2 diamonds. Double would be correct if we had, let's say, 6 spades and only 3 diamonds. So I think pass. Let's wait to see what suit West chooses, and also wait to see whether our partner has anything more to say. So pass. Right, so assuming we are on the same page with our partner, we know, let's say, obviously these conventions don't come up very often, so you might be wondering, what on earth do they mean by 2 spades? But let's say we knew we're playing Michael's. So that bid shows 5-5, at least 5-5 in hearts and A minor. Looking at our hand, it's quite likely that those suits are clubs. Well, we know one of them is hearts because it always promises at least 1 major, and the other suit is either diamonds or clubs. Most likelihood, given that our shape, is that our partner has clubs. They very rarely have the suit you want them to have. They normally have the suit you don't want them to have because there's more of them out there. So we have got a heart fit. Our partner's promised 5 hearts, we've got 3. So we've got a heart fit. Now the case is, how high do we bid? We've got to bid at least 3 hearts, because our partner's made us bid at least at the 3 level. So do we bid 3 hearts or do we bid 4 hearts? That's basically what we're deciding here. Our partner didn't open the bidding, so they can't have that good a 5-5 shape. If they had 10 points-ish and 5-5, they would have opened the bidding, because 10 points and 5-5 is an equivalent opening hand, based on the rule of 20. So they haven't got 10 points, they've got at maximum 9 points, probably more like 6, 7, 8-ish. So do we have sufficient points for game? Basically, no, we don't. Not only that, our partner wants points in their long suits, so they want us to have, good cards in their suits to make the hands fit nicely. Whereas we've got almost half of our points in the enemy suit, which is probably not very useful to our partner, because they won't have many spades, if any. So our hand is effectively the ace of clubs and the jack of hearts. I mean, the king of spades might come into it, but it's unlikely to. So we don't have enough points to bid game. So I would simply bid 3 hearts, saying I prefer hearts to your minor, but I don't want to be in game. So that's what I'd do. Right, Michael's on our left, hearts and another suit. 3 hearts preference on our right. Our partner chose not to bid over 2 spades. Their hand should be minimum and unbalanced. Again, if it was strong and balanced, they would have done something over 2 spades, maybe 2 no trumps or something. So our partner rates to have 5 spades because they're unbalanced. They open spades first. That's probably a 5-card spade suit and a 4-card suit elsewhere, or maybe 6 spades. But if they had 6 spades, they would have probably doubled. So it's looking like 5 spades, 4 of another suit. We bid 1 no trump, which was 6 to 9. We've got 9, so we've got the best hand we could have for our bidding so far. And we do have shortage in the suit that's currently being bid, hearts. So we could make a takeout double here, which would get our partner to bid again. They'd probably bid their spade suit, but we might find a 4-4 minor fit, depending on what minor the Michael's bidder has. The problem with doubling is our partner is most likely to bid, let's say, 3 spades. And when you tend to play a hand against a distributional hand, so in this instance East has a 5-5 minimum shape, it's very, very likely that the other suits break badly. So if the other suits are going to break badly, we don't want to be declarer. In fact, we want to be defenders. So therefore I wouldn't make a bid here. I would just pass and leave the 3 hearts. Hopefully our partner has some hearts, and they're actually not going to make 3 hearts. That's my hope. 3 spades looks to be a push too far, especially given the South didn't opt to bid over 2 spades. So I would pass. They only bid 3 because they obviously prefer hearts but didn't want to go to game. I'd be tempted to bid 4 hearts, but I just simply don't have enough information. And not only that, it doesn't feel like we're going to be able to make game. So I would pass, content with playing in 3 hearts. Yes, there's a slim chance we'll make 4 hearts, but I don't think it's right to just punt it because our partner might not even have anything at all. So I would pass 3 hearts. 3 hearts all the way around to South. We didn't have a bid over 2 spades. Do we have a bid over 3 hearts? Not really. We don't really want to declare the hand because we suspect the side suits, the spades and diamonds, are probably breaking badly. We don't have a takeout double because our partner might bid clubs. That would be bad. So I think I would pass and defend 3 hearts. Now I don't want to, but I don't really think there's anything else for us to do. Our partner hasn't got a good hand because they bid 1 no trump. So I would pass and defend 3 hearts. So leading to 3 hearts, we've got a few options really. Any 4 of these suits you could lead. I don't particularly like leading a club because that's likely to be East suit. And I don't particularly like, although I suppose it could be diamonds, I don't particularly like leading ace and another heart because your ace might kill something and you might be able to promote tricks in trumps for your side. So you could lead low from 4 diamonds to the king, or you could lead low from 3 spades to the queen. I'd opt for a spade simply because our partners bid them, so it looks the most safe lead. So the lead I would make is the 2 of spades, promising an honour. Down goes this lovely, lovely dummy. Not often you'll see a 7-5 dummy. Can't even hold them all. Right, so looking at our losers, it's going to actually be best to set the dummy up as the master hand, simply because that's the most shape. And also it's the hand with the longest trumps. Normally when you're looking at losers in a trump contract, you want to look at the hand with longest trumps because that's the easiest one to set up with regards to looking at losers. So just to kind of prove the point, analysing losers in our own hand, we've got plenty in spades and plenty in diamonds, so they're far too much to worry. Almost half our hand, more than, is a problem. So looking at the dummies losers instead, we've got a potential of 2 losers in hearts. The ace of hearts is a definite loser, the queen of hearts is a maybe. A potential of 1 loser in clubs, we might lose to the queen of clubs, and a potential of 1 loser in diamonds, we're going to lose a diamond. So all in all, we're going to lose potentially 2, 3, 4 in total. That looks like we're going to make our contract. There was a small risk here. There's a thing that the defence can do, and that is that they can lead diamonds or spades, making us trump on the dummy, shortening our trump holding in the long trump holding. And it's known as a forcing defence. So if they make us trump a spade, make us trump another spade, make us trump another spade, we are actually going to run out of trumps. And so if the hearts break badly, we're going to be in big, big trouble because we're going to basically lose control of the trumps and therefore lose control of the hand. So a forcing defence is something that's going to be quite nasty for us, making us trump on the dummy again and again and again. Interestingly, we actually kind of want to trump some clubs in our hand to try and get rid of their queen of clubs, the opponent's queen of clubs, as soon as we can. So we don't actually want to draw the trumps, nor do we want to trump in that hand. We simply want to trump over here, which is not going to be very easy because we haven't got many entries to that hand to trump the clubs. So it's looking like a very awkward hand. The defence are going to be not nice to us if they keep leading diamonds or spades. So a way to stop the forcing defence a little bit would be to not trump this spade. Your instinct would be trump this spade because we're missing the ace. It's quite clear South has the ace of spades because North would not have underled the ace of spades unless they're being silly. So we trump this spade to avoid losing to the ace. That seems perfectly logical. However, if we trump this spade, we then lose the lead to, let's say, the queen of hearts or the ace of hearts, and they lead another spade, we're going to have to trump another spade. Then we're going to have to trump another spade, and suddenly our 5 trumps on dummy will be more like 3 or even 2, and you start to lose control of the hand. So what I would do here is what's known as a loser on loser play. I would throw this losing diamond away, and I would therefore let them play their ace of spades. South's about to play the ace of spades, but this does 2 good things. It keeps our 5 card suit in the dummy, so we still have 5 trumps, and it promotes our king of spades as a trick. We're always going to lose this diamond, so we're essentially losing this spade in place of losing this diamond later, and it promotes the king of spades. So we're actually gaining a trick by not trumping here, which is completely counterintuitive, because now South must play their ace of spades, or else we make our king of spades. And the reason that they must do that is because otherwise we've got rid of our diamond. So we've actually lost the diamond trick in this spade trick. We've kind of amalgamated those losers. So when South plays the ace of spades, we're now going to have control of the spade suit, so they can't make us rough on the dummy. So it's a really good loser on loser play. We're not reducing in losers. We've got lost a spade in place of a diamond, but we've gained control of the spades and we've kept our trump length on the dummy. Definitely a good idea. So I would discard the 10 of diamonds on this trick. So it looks like as South we're going to play the ace of spades. We've got no option really. We must play the ace of spades. I'd be thinking, why didn't West trump it? Why did they not trump that spade? And it's either because they've got the king of spades and they're trying to set it up, or it's because they're trying to avoid the shortening of trumps on the dummy, or both maybe. So I'm a bit miffed really, because I would have liked it that they trumped that spade and then our ace of spades could have sat and waited for more rounds of spades. Instead we're going to have to play our ace now because we might not make a spade trick if we don't play our ace now. So we've got no option. And what we do next is not necessarily straightforward. Firing back top of a touching sequence in spades would be reasonable. Also switching to diamonds would be reasonable, but again we're not sure where the king is in diamonds, so maybe we don't want to open that suit up. Not entirely sure. Looks to me the safest defence is ace of spades, take the 10 of spades and fire it through. So, but definitely playing the ace of spades on this trick. Right, so we're playing a small spade on that opening trick. Quite glad they played the ace of spades, now we've got control of spades with the king, so that trick is lost. So the defenders have won that one. Now, I just discussed a short while ago, what South next does is a bit tricky. Their best bet is probably to play diamonds to make us trump on the dummy, but it's most likely they won't open the diamond suit up through fear of position of the king of diamonds. So actually they're most likely to play a spade back. So the 10 of spades is the most likely return. If they do play a diamond, we would trump it and then come to hand with the ace of clubs. But the most likely defence is the 10 of spades, so that's what I'll do. We win the king of spades. That does 2 good things, gets the lead over here, and it means we can discard from the dummy. So king of spades, low spade, we discard a club from the dummy. So we've won the trick in hand. And now we want to draw the trumps. We could play the ace of clubs, trump over there, trump a club, trump over there, trump a club, but then we're going to run out of tricks because someone is running out of clubs. So I think the best bet is to draw the trumps and then play on the club suit, accepting the queen of clubs as a loser unless it comes down in 2 rounds. So I would play the heart suit, drawing the trumps, and then try to play on the clubs after that, basically running this club suit for what we hope is some winners. Missing the ace and queen of trumps, the ace queen of hearts, the best way to play this suit is to take a finesse for the queen. You essentially ignore the presence of the ace and you finesse for the queen. The ace is a loser, the queen may or may not be. So I would play the jack or 9, both are equivalent because the 10's on the dummy. Jack or 9 of hearts from hand, hoping that the queen is being sandwiched, pinned if you like, underneath the king. So if the queen is here, it might go jack, queen, king, ace, let's say, and then we've got the 9 and 10 to mop the suit up. As you can see, the defender's cards, the Queen of Hearts is actually in the wrong position, so this sandwich finesse, sandwiching the Queen, is not going to work. So we lead the Jack of Hearts, hoping for a sandwich finesse. South should play low with Ace Doubleton, definitely play low in second seat there, letting the declarer have a guess. We play low, hoping the Queen of Hearts is with North. It is not. South wins the Queen of Hearts, which is annoying. So we lost that trick, but we've drawn 4 rounds of trumps. Now again, South is most likely to continue spades, simply because that's the easiest thing to do, it's the safest thing to do. So that's what I'd do. 9 of spades is fine, 6 of spades, they're all fine. Play low, we're going to trumpet on the dummy. Queen of spades appears, and we trumpet on the dummy. You've got to trump this one, there's no losers to throw away anymore. If we had more diamonds to throw, we might do so. We want to continue with our drawing trumps plan. So low heart to the 9. The 9 is now equivalent to the 10 and king because the Jack and Queen have gone. Low heart appears from South. 9 of hearts from us. Ace of hearts from North, from the defender. So we've now drawn 8 trumps in total. There is one more trump with the baddies. We've drawn 8 trumps in total. Sorry, yeah, 8 trumps in total. Oh, and we've trumped on the dummy, so that's 9, 10, 11, 12. I forgot about us trumping the dummy there, so you've got to be careful. Keep count of those trumps. We've drawn 8. We've trumped once is 9, 10, 11, 12. So opponent has 1 trump left. One opponent somewhere has 1 trump left. Whatever North now plays, we're going to be able to win and draw that last trump. So let's say they play a diamond. We can trump, and we can, let's say they're playing a diamond, aren't they? We're playing a diamond, and that all goes smoothly. Now we're about to get very lucky here. The Queen of Clubs is about to appear in 2 rounds, which is essentially the line I've played for by not trying to ruff the clubs in hand. We're about to get rather fortuitous that the Queen of Clubs appears. If the Queen of Clubs doesn't appear, then our club source is not going to be a source of tricks because the opponents are going to get in. So we essentially relied upon the clubs behaving nicely for us by drawing the trumps. As I said right at the start, the other alternative was to play a club to the ace, trump a diamond, trump a club, trump a diamond, trump a club, etc. The danger with that line is that someone would run out of clubs very quickly and be over-trumping us. So I basically played it on the hope that the trumps and the clubs broke nicely. So we can't afford to draw the trumps now, to draw the last trump now, because then we'll play a club to the ace and we'll be stranded in hand, which is no good. So we need to play a club to the ace first, unblocking the club suit. And when we play a low club from table, the Queen of Clubs singleton appears, which is very fortuitous. We didn't hope for a Queen singleton, we were hoping for Queen singleton or doubleton, but that has set the club suit up for us. So this line of play has worked. As I said, the other alternative was the cross ruff, but that wouldn't necessarily have lasted forever. It might get you more tricks on average, but playing this way we had a chance of making the contract. So a low club to the ace, we see the Queen of Clubs and we are now delighted with that, because that means we are now actually going to make 10 tricks. Very fortuitously, I must say, going to make 10 tricks. Because what we must do now is play a low trump to the table, the King of Hearts. That draws the last trump from South. And then the King, Jack, 10, 9, 8 of clubs are all high clubs. The Ace and Queen just went on the last round. So the dummy is now all high. They're all tricks. So we're going to make 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 tricks, plus our 4 we've already made. We're actually going to make game. But it was fortunate. The hearts broke, the clubs behaved very nicely, the Queen of Clubs singleton.